Welcome to one of the most ugly season openers I have ever seen in a long time. We need to talk about what's going on because this is unbelievable.
Hey, this is Brain Chen. Subscribe to Lock On Blues.
You're Locked On Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome back to Locked On Blues. I'm your host of Locked On Blues. And today on Locked On Blues, we're going to do something that we do during a lot of games here in the regular season, which is where we talk about what is going on. Usually like to say this for a little bit of a post-game show, but I mean, this is just such an ugly, ugly game that right now we're at the end of the second. The Blues are down 4-0. Yep, 4-0. Before we begin, I do want to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com and win $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So the Blues are down right now 4-0 against the Minnesota Wild. And I have to tell you, this team looks horrible. They look horrible. There is no doubt about it in my mind. I mean, you have Ryan Hartman scoring in the first frame. You also have Matt Bolduc scoring in the first frame. And I did tell you all that Matt Bolduc was going to be an issue for the Blues off the bat. But then it gets worse because you know why it gets worse? Because the Blues obviously did not do well when they were short-handed because Joel Eriksson scored on the power play. And then guess what? Ryan Hartman scores again. So it really, in my opinion, seems to me that the Blues just can't execute. I would also like to break down the fact that the Blues do have 23 shots on goals and Minnesota only has 12, right? So the Blues are taking shots on goal, but they just cannot get it past the net. And I am so frustrated. I mean, both of these teams right now are tied 7-7 with giveaways. The Blues have 14 block shots. The Wild have 12. The Blues actually have a lot of hits with 28 hits. Wild have 16 hits after 2 frames, penalty minutes. Blues have 6, and Wild have 4. But I mean, this is just such frustrating hockey. And I want to talk about the penalties because some of these penalties are so stupid. Of course, the first penalty of the season goes to Justin Folk only 34 seconds into the season. Justin Folk with high sticking. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Justin Folk, so I feel like that also too plays a little bit of a factor going on. And I see your comments and we will react to that. Matthew Joseph tripping against Matt Boldy. Matthew Joseph, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be negative and I'm not trying to come on this show and, rip every single player, but, I'm not too big on him either. Brandon says, hey, yeah, it's very ugly. He says they may score if they weren't putting every shot in the chest. Yep. And that's the problem. I mean, when you think about the hockey net, right, and you have to break it down, I always like to say this thing called keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep it simple. That's what you need to do. Obviously, when you're shooting towards the goalkeeper's chest, yeah, it's not going to go in the back of the net. So you have to look at the other holes to get the puck in. It is so extremely frustrating what this team is doing right now. And I thought to myself, you know what, maybe the Blues would somehow come out and have a nice home season opener victory, right? We're at home ice, like we have a new captain. I mean, not captain, we have a new coach. We have a lot of good going on, but we can't seem to do that. We also have, by the way, a captain, Braden Shenhooking against Rossi. I mean, I'm not going to deny this by any means, but there's really not a lot of good that's going on. There's not. And I'm sorry to say that, but there's not. And tonight we have Texier and Kessel scratched. And I feel like that was the right decision, as well as Oscar Sundqvist, because, again, injury. But for me, at least, I feel like Texier would have been a little bit more beneficial to have in this lineup, in my opinion. But this is just such an ugly game. Let me know your thoughts because we're not even finished the contest yet, right? And we began the third frame. I'm watching here, and I'm just watching bad hockey. Also, the quality of this game is not good. It's very oversaturated. I am struggling to be able to watch this game without having to like just listen to it instead. But I can't even listen to it because I'm not going to be negative. I just wish that, we had our guy. Oh, wait, we don't have him. It's just so bad. And the Biddington, and I love Jordan Biddington, and I don't want to come on here and rip Biddington by any means because that I think he's one of the best goalies in the NHL. But tonight he's not playing like he's one of the best goalies in the NHL. And I guess you can say I'm a Jordan Biddington apologist. I mean, I will own that. I speak very highly of Jay Bins. But tonight, he is not playing good hockey. He can barely make any saves, and that is an issue within itself. I mean, this is just such an atrocious start for the Blues. Probably one of the worst starts for the Blues that there's been in quite a while. And it's just, it's not good. And I know Perico and the Blues were not happy with the non-call. But at the end of the day, it ended up turning into a wild goal, and that's how we got 4-0. So again, nothing is going the Blues' way. It is just so ugly. And I don't know how this team is going to recover necessarily, because while Gustafson is playing really nice tonight, you can't have so many shots on net and not have them go anywhere besides his chest. Like, that's just not how you're going to end up scoring. And I also want to tell you this too, because this is another thing that really does make me anxious about the Central as a whole. You have this Saturday, you're in Calgary against the Flames, and then you're in Vancouver against the Canucks. Again, two good teams that you need to be a little bit concerned about. You come home, you face the Blackhawks. But again, the Blackhawks only lost by 1 goal to the Florida Panthers, who are the defending Cup champs. So you can't tell me that they're going to be an easy breezy team to beat. I just don't know why I expected the Blues to come out and dominate as much. And this is the issue. We have another comment. Terrible game. Can't score and only shoot at the center of the goalie. Yes. And that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, if you want to take a shot on goal, I encourage you to take a shot anywhere besides the center of the net. I do. And I'm surprised by some of the players, I'm not going to lie to you, because you would think that there would be adjustments, especially in this second frame. But I didn't see any adjustments. And that to me has me really concerned, because you knew that the Wild were going to be strong offensively, right? We've known that about the Wild. But I don't understand what's happening with Jordan Biddington. I don't get it. I am confused. I am so confused, and there's some new lines. You have Thomas centering Neighbors to the left and Bushi to the right. You have Suter centering and Walker to the left and Snugger to the right. You have Torchenko, Buksat, and Joseph. And then you also have Shenny, Holloway, and Kyrie together. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to switch some things up, but it's just so ridiculous. Like, Jake Neighbors playing on the first line, to me at least, feels right. I know we talked about that in yesterday's episode of Locked On Blues. So I'm happy that they put him back in the first line. I think that him and Thomas and Bushi play really well together. But not too impressive Snuggerud tonight. I'm not. I'm really not impressed with anyone tonight, to be honest with you. I'm impressed with the fans for still staying, if we're being completely honest on who the real MVP is. But this whole entire game has been ugly. It has not been pleasant to watch. It has been atrocious to watch. And it's been so ugly. And I also want to mention this too. I expected more from Tucker and Mayu. And maybe that was a little bit premature of me to be excited about them together. But just the way that they spoke about each other and executed so much confidence, it made me really believe that this was a pair that maybe was going to surprise us. But again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about anything in this contest. Please leave me your thoughts down below about what you think. I'm going to tell you about my friends over at FanDuel, and then we're going to get back into this rant. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock hundreds of dollars in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because there are so many ways to win. I'm a big same game parlay person. Right now, it is Thursday night football. And I have to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised that the New York Giants are up 27 to the Eagles 17. So it looks like there might be an upset tonight in the NFL. But if you put money on that, then hey, guess what? You're going to most likely win. So, anyways, if you want to be like me and stack up those parlays, what are we waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Well, honestly, I get this comment that Brandon just left. I think they have first game jitters, but that's the issue. We always make excuses for this team. When we look at the foundation of the Blues, we really have some of the same guys that we had last season and this season prior. And I'm sorry, but when you're Jordan Binnington and you're that elite of a goalie, right, projected to be the starting goalie for Team Canada in the Olympics, you need to do better. You need to play better. I don't want excuses. I don't want any excuses. You know what I want to see? Execution. The preseason, yeah, it was ugly for a lot of it when we barely were winning any preseason games, and then we won the last couple finally. But I mean, if you want me to be completely honest with you, my confidence level wasn't so high because this team wasn't showing me that they deserved my confidence. They weren't. Every single thing that I've seen tonight has been ugly. I mean, Thomas just hit the post. Nothing is working out for this team right now. And if you want to tell me, oh, it's first game jitters, you're entitled to that opinion. And I'm not going to crucify you for having an opinion. I feel like I am an apologist when it comes to the Blues a lot. I mean, listen, I'm the same person that did a 45-minute video after the Blues got eliminated. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Well, that's not good because guess what? The Minnesota Wild just scored, and it was Marco Rossi with the goal. It was a nice little wrist shot for him. I was watching, and that did go in the net, and the Wild are up 5-0 right now. This is like worse than I think I could have imagined. The Blues are going to get shut out at home by like a football score soon because there's still time left. There's 12 minutes and 27 seconds left in the final frame. And I just want you to know how ugly, and I mean ugly, that is. This is just so disgusting. This is unacceptable hockey. This is actually really pathetic hockey. And I don't understand what's going on, but we have this comment. They need to get their legs under them. I'm not worried about this team. Blues win the Central. I don't think the Blues win the Central. I've never thought that heading into the season. I think they're going to be a wild card team, maybe a wild card one. But the way they're playing tonight is pathetic. I don't care about the first game jitters. You are a professional athlete. It is your job to go out there and to perform, and they're not doing that. I don't know what this team is doing, but it's definitely not playing good hockey. I mean, you are down now 5-0. That is unacceptable to me. Unacceptable. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it because it's obviously not good, but I can't believe the fact that this is what's going on right now. I mean, this is just so, so ugly, right? So ugly. Wow. Like, Tyler Tucker just had a shot on goal. Obviously, guess what? It didn't go in. Like, are we surprised? No. Like, this is the story of tonight's game. It's that we're going to have, shots on goal, and then they go in and for the other team, but not us. Like, this is literally the story of the Blues. And I'm so used to it. And I'll give Philip Gustafson, his props. I mean, he's playing a really good game tonight with the Blues having 24 shots on goal compared to Minnesota's 16, but yet 5 went in. So, I mean, Jordan Binnington, what are you doing? Like, it's ugly. I don't know what Jordan Binnington is doing tonight. I can't believe that this is how this season is beginning. I really can't believe it. Do you feel anywhat confident about the Blues heading forward? Like, or do you kind of feel like this is the team that we're going to see all season? I mean, this to me is as ugly as it can get. I really do believe that. Like, I mean, it could get worse, actually. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Of course it can get worse. Of course it could get worse. This is the St. Louis Blues that we're talking about. A team that captivates us, excites us, and then lets us down and disappoints us. I mean, this is just so ugly by so many means. And I don't know how this team is going to respond, especially when we hit the road. I mean, we have 10 minutes left in the final frame. And if you want my opinion, I don't think they're going to even score a goal. Like, this is just really, really bad hockey. I mean, Ryan Hartman is literally one goal away from getting a hat trick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But you know what's even more pathetic, in my opinion? Anyone that thinks the Blues can win the Central, I think that you are playing in the most difficult division in the NHL, which is the Central. And what I'm watching right now doesn't install any confidence within me. I don't think the Blues are going to win the Central. I don't see that. Like, why are we being delusional to ourselves? There's fundamental issues that we need to work on, but I don't want people to be like, oh my God, trade Binnington. Like, I love Jordan Binnington and I will defend him forever. But tonight, like, yeah, he's not playing good hockey. Now, what I will say is that the Stars are up 5-1 against the Winnipeg Jets, which makes me very happy because we know I'm a hater of the Jets. Listen, I'm not saying that I am rooting for Dallas by any means, but I just really hate the Jets. So I am hoping that it takes care of itself. The Predators, by the way, are up 2-1 against the Blue Jackets. The Avalanche are up 1-0 against the Mammoth. You have the Flames and Canucks right now tied, 0-0. Their game just began, but again, the two teams that we're going to be playing this weekend. The Sharks are up 1-0 against the Golden Knights, and I hate Golden Knights and I hate San Jose, so it's kind of fitting because I could care less. But this is bad. This is really, really bad, actually. Like, I wanted to do a post-game show, right? But I just couldn't sit here and just watch this game go on without ranting because I felt like I was losing my mind just a little bit. I feel like this is just such mediocre hockey. And I feel like every single Blues fan has the right to be upset, has the right to be annoyed, has the right to feel all that we're feeling. I mean, Zach Bolduc, by the way, has scored another goal, 3 goals in his first 5 periods. And no offense to Logan Mayu, but I mean, I would rather have Zach Bolduc, and I've said that once and I'll say that again. So that's not changing. But I mean, this is such a letdown tonight. This is not even enjoyable, right? This is not even, fun hockey. Binnington. Oh, and Logan May, okay, let's also say this too. Mayu doesn't look good. And I know I said that earlier on the show today, but like he really doesn't look good, and I can't watch him on the ice. I can't. I had to turn it off. I can't watch Mayu. He doesn't look good. Like it's one of those things where this is just so frustrating for me. None of these guys look good. Like I don't know what I'm necessarily watching, but it's not good hockey. I do want to see a goal. I do. I would love to see a goal, right? Hate the idea of being shut out at home, but most likely it does not seem like the Blues are going to score a goal with only 7 minutes remaining. I mean, we have another block shot, this time from Cam Fowler. So shout out Cam Fowler because again, he showed up. We had a shot and goal by Mojo, nothing. Shot and goal by Justin Falk, nothing, obviously. Pareko, nothing. Nothing. A giveaway by Jake Neighbors. Woo, like, yeah, like the vibes suck. Like, it's not good. It's actually really bad. Oh, like, why can't we just have nice things? Like, do you think the Blues are going to score at all? I personally don't think so. But that's what I'm watching for now. Like, obviously, they're not going to come back and win this game. Like, that would be very delusional of me. But I do feel like the Blues potentially could score a goal. And maybe for that, I would be a little bit excited. Let's go put up this comment because I agree that Bolduc trade is already rearing its ugly head. These guys are sleepwalking tonight. I have said this once and I will say it again. The Blues should have never traded Zachary Bolduc. I was very vocal about that. And I still believe that they shouldn't have. That was a mistake. He is one of the better players on this team. And trading Bolduc will forever be a decision that did not benefit the Blues by any means. Like, this is just so ugly. My job is to react to what's going on. It's to talk to you all. And right now, I'm like, I'm at a loss. This is just such an ugly game. Like, I can't take away any positives from tonight because it's been just so ugly. And yeah, like I knew that the Blues trading Bolduc would have been a mistake. And it is. And it's gonna be. And it was one of the worst decisions that this organization has made. I mean, another giveaway, by the way, this time by Philip Broberg. Hey, Binnington, guess what? He was able to save a shot on goal. Shout out Binnington. I mean, look at this. I mean, maybe Binnington's back, but no. Overall, this is so ugly, and I feel like I am losing my mind. So to all my Blues fans that obviously are going to still watch the rest of the 81 games in this regular season because we are delusional, I want to ask you this. What needs to change? For me personally, it's getting better defensemen. It's not being sloppy on the ice, becoming more lively, not just shooting towards the center of the net. Like, listen, it's fundamental things that are very simple to fix. But I want you to let me know what you think because I'm always curious about your opinion because on the show, as much as it is about me in a sense, since, you know, I'm your host of Locked On Blues, it's also about you as well. There's about 5 minutes remaining, and I'm going to watch the rest of the 5 minutes, I think, just suffering in the dark because I literally feel like I'm about to punch like a hole in the wall. Don't want to do that. Deep breaths. But I will talk to you all tomorrow, and we're going to break this down even more. Man, this sucks. Like, I really was looking forward to this. All right, talk to you then. And like always, let's go Blues.